On Your Uniqueness series, we will be presenting to you a 10-part series, including questions and answers towards the end. Hello, everybody. My name is Chico Matenda, and this is my friend,
Maida Park.
Okay, so thank you for joining us. We'll be talking about owning your uniqueness and what that means to you. So just in terms of starting up, we're going to define what uniqueness means on an individual level, but it's also based on something we probably share as a united definition. Okay, so just in terms of what owning your uniqueness means, it means owning who you are as an individual through being self-aware of your uniqueness. And it's also about feeling fully conscious of where you are currently in life and taking personal accountability of how to live your life through meaningful, purposeful, and unapologetic intention. And also how essential it is to choose the path of least resistance so that you are able to see the possibilities in opportunities. And what else comes up for you, Maida?
Several words come up for me. First of all, it's the feeling aware that a lot of the things that we think we are come from what we have been told we are. And the main purpose of the series, Chico, is to kind of peel off these layers of societal, parental, school programming, and just start to feel excited about who we are as a human being by embracing our unique qualities, our values, and understand that we have much more to offer than what we think we have been told or what we think we think in ourselves. So getting into a place where we feel energized, where we own our mistakes because we learn from them, and ultimately having a more optimistic outlook, because what we really want for ourselves is to feel achieved in this life. And again, it means very different things for different people, and we will talk about that as well in these 10 parts. But not being here to please others. Start first by pleasing ourselves.
Definitely. And the reason we also felt compelled to do this series is due to the current pandemic that we have been experiencing on a global level. We thought it was an opportune time for us, and possibly yourselves as well, because as we've been cooped up, some of us longer than we wanted to, that it's been part of like a self-reflective opportunity to consider through crisis, and this happens in most cases, when you start considering about reinvention and also personal development, how to come through certain crisis. So Maida really focuses on careers, and part of that would be about transition. Would you agree with that? About people might be... Go ahead.
Yes, absolutely, because everybody has felt the pandemic, the confinement differently. For some people, it was a time for them to maybe take better care of themselves, or when women have children and the partner at home, it has been a time where they did not have the time to take care of themselves. So for a lot of people, it was a time of going inwards, of going and thinking, is that really what I want for myself? Am I really at the right time? We spend a lot of time in our lives, spinning that wheel. And all of a sudden, the pandemic puts a finger on it, right? It's like, oh, stop. And I'm like, okay, I'm not on autopilot anymore. What's going on? It's scary. So as you said, Chico, it's about self-reflection. It's an opportunity to reinvent yourself on a personal and on a professional level. Absolutely.
Definitely. And some people, some women, career women or female entrepreneurs, this is an opportune time as well to become like innovative. Some of you might have become comfortable with working at home, and you're seeing like a brand new you, like in a different light, and what you want like for your future. So part of this series is also going to be about Whether you're an intra or an entrepreneur, it's about how you take ownership of that as part of like this process of owning your uniqueness as well. And part of the other reasons as well that we wanted to connect, as we've mentioned before, it's about also that sense of self-awareness and feeling proud of that, and owning who you are in any given environment. So in terms of like our vision and outcomes on this journey, it's about connecting with career women and female entrepreneurs. And then it's also to support women who are in this position where they do not see opportunities that are available to them at this moment. Okay, so as we are talking, there might be things which might come up for you where you might actually start to see your vision and your purpose in a clearer way as a result of connecting with like-minded women. It might be also an opportune time to also look at, how do I overcome self-limiting beliefs? And I have so many friends who are career women in different types of like professions who are exploring this as well and thinking, how do I actually take the next best adventure that works for me? And does that resonate as well, Nada?
It's completely that. There's this saying that we're our own worst enemy. And definitely, when it comes to self-sabotaging, when it comes to self-limiting self, then definitely the thing is that because we have been told we cannot do something, then we actually internalize that. And it's like, yeah, my boss told me I cannot be promoted this year because I don't know what. And this is for us, me and you, Chico, is the opportunity to go through these self-limiting beliefs and to debunk them, and to tell the women, the entrepreneurs, the career ladies who work in corporates as well, that the sky might not be the limit. First, the limit is what you choose to be the limit. And it's nobody's business how you choose and why you choose it. That's also owning your uniqueness. It's you decide, it's your decision.
Definitely. You said it like, in the best way. It's although we might be talking on a holistic level about women, it is on an individualistic level. What works for you on in terms of your emotional well-being overall. It's your well-being, mental health, looking after that as part of like the component as well. And so we will explore further. We're just giving you a synopsis of what motivated us to start talking about this topic. And in the beginning, we didn't really go into detail about who we are. So we're going to share a little bit about our personal story, about how we connected. So the first one, which is unique and also normal right now, is we connected on social media. And truth be told, we haven't actually met in person. But there's so
and
much.
yet, that's not the first time we chat, right? We've
Yes,
done a lot of work together. Yeah,
we have. And it just goes to show how like small the world is, because there's so many things that connect us. And the first one is about both of us being considered by external people or other as foreign. No matter where we've been born, where we're originally from, and in places where we've lived as well. And what other things do you think like connect us as well, Maida?
I think it's our passion for what we do. The fact that we come from very different backgrounds, we live in different places, we worked in different corporates as well.
Yes.
But we consider ourselves global citizens. We don't let any kind of political agenda tear us apart. We're in dialogue. And I think we mostly, I think it's really our sense of mission and why we do what we want to do, and why we're doing this series in the first place as well. It's to give women the opportunity to understand that, again, your background doesn't limit you, your race doesn't limit you, your ethnicity doesn't limit you. These are your assets, and you can use them or not. But again, it's your choice. And we will talk more about that during the series.
Definitely. And it's I was just thinking as you were talking as well, is that we've gone through life changing and challenging experiences which have brought us to where we are and which have also connected us. So there's something about like personal and professional growth, going through corporate careers, being in leading and management positions, not being held back by certain limitations or external factors, standing in our uniqueness, which has not necessarily been easy, but we've strived through that. And then becoming independent, you becoming like a coach and me becoming an entrepreneur, a creative entrepreneur. And we will like discuss that as we go along and share what has helped us in our career roles and in entrepreneurship roles as well. So on that note, let me just hand over to Maida so that you can introduce yourself briefly about who you are.
Well, thank you. So my name is Marta Park. I live in New York City, and I am a life and career coach, and I work with mostly women who work in what I tagged as being fast-paced industries. So I work with women in their late 20s, mid to late 20s to their 50s as well, who are exactly like you and me, Chico. We're looking for their uniqueness and looking for the next steps, whether it's in life, whether it's in the job, uh, finding um, finding the peace within themselves. So a bit about me, because we're talking about uniqueness, so I need to own that too.
Yes.
I grew up in the Middle East, in Syria, and I come from a Middle Eastern family, Syrian, Lebanese, and Armenian. I spent my childhood in Syria and in France, where I studied a lot of different things, finance, I studied economics, business, and history of art and architecture. Yes. And I spent the following 16 years in investment banking, where I worked in Paris, then where I used to live, then in London, and then in New York City, holding very different roles from sales, trading, derivatives, origination, to ended up head of equity syndicate for the Americas for the bank where I was employed, and I was selling IPOs, global IPOs into our clients here in the Americas. And then, as you mentioned, Chico, sometimes life can be trying, and sometimes life happened. And life happened in a nice package for me, which was called advanced cancer. And believe it or not, I did not catch the message at that time. I continued working. I had chemotherapy and everything, but I continued waking up at 4 in the morning and logging out at 9, 10 in the evening. But something inside of me was not as before. And that prompted me to go into this path of self exploration. What do I want to do in my life? Who do I want to be in my life? And starting this sometimes not easy path of self exploration, know thyself, and what have you. But where I am right now is I am in a place where I met you, and where we can. I'm like you. We're here now to share our challenges, but mostly to share all the tools and tips that we have learned throughout our careers and throughout our new path to help women who are like us as well, wondering what's next for me. Is that it in my life? I feel lost. Who am I? So that's for me. Now up to you. Back to you.
Thank you. That is an amazing and extensive wealth of experience and things that you've overcome as well. And I'm pleased to be connected with you as well. And okay, so to me, my name is Chico Matenda. And I'm originally from Malawi. I was born in the UK. I grew up in the US and studied in Switzerland. And I'm back in the UK and I've been here since the pandemic hit. I come from a background of working in in the corporate world, and also working for the UK local government. Worked from the ground up into, and I think sometimes I was also like sleepwalking through like my career. I had amazing managers who used to say to me, have you seen that post? Apply for it. And then I woke up, found myself in management positions, which was never my career path. I'd always wanted to, there was always something inside me saying, you're going to go into a career, but I didn't see myself being in a 9 to 5 from the beginning. I looked at people dressed in like corporate, like suits, clothing, and that was not appealing to me. I didn't fancy sitting like on the desk. So every time I was walking towards them when I was in university, I used to think I need to be doing something that is more freeing. But one of the things is I'm very grateful for the experiences that I've had, because this is what has led me to where I am at the moment. In terms of leadership and management, I also got the opportunity to understand how business systems work, how strategically to manage, and as an entrepreneur. And similar to Maida as well, one of my motivating factors, like for leaving my corporate career, was due to illness. I became chronically ill with fibromyalgia. Although I'd created like a 3-year career exit strategy, I fell short of that, where I was propelled to leave sooner rather than later. So what it showed me was that as much as you plan life, sometimes things happen where you have no option but to rethink about what you're going to do. And I ended up becoming what I am today. And I think this is what I was meant to be. This is what my life purpose has been. So what I do is social media management and digital marketing, and also support like a small family business, my small family business, and do serial things in the entrepreneurship world. And we'll share a little bit more as we go along in terms of the skills that we've both learned. And I think Maida also summarized it nicely about what we are going to talk about. So we'll leave you off with just topics. I'll share the screen, the topics that we will be focusing on, so that you have an idea. So these are the topics. It'll be a 10-part series, and the first one very meaningful in terms of like finding your purpose, and the rest of it is self-explanatory. We will go step by step, and also discuss, we'll have discussions, we'll also have resources which you can walk away with in terms of knowledge and tools and resources that have helped us as well. Okay, and then the last bit, the 10th one, will be question and answers section as well, just in terms of a summary of what we've covered and what we've explored together. Is there anything else that you would like to add, Maida?
I think you summarized it perfectly. And again, if anybody has any questions and what have you, they know where to find us. We will be more than happy to add topics. If there is anything that comes up as well during our chat, or somebody who would like us to cover a particular topic, we're absolutely open to do that.
Thank you. We look forward to you joining us on the first series of Own Your Uniqueness.